And it says I am live. I'm still alive. Yay. That's a good thing, I guess. It'd be much harder to see if I was dead. But I might still be able to do streams. I don't know. Do we do streaming over there? I don't know if we need to do streaming over there. Maybe we have something like that. Maybe we don't need it. I don't know. You tell me what you think. Don't worry if you missed this live. As promised, I try to keep my promises. I really do. As promised, as things come up to my mind and I feel I gotta talk about them, I might just start streaming in order to get them out before the energy leaves and before the other things get in the way, because I only have about an hour before some other things are going to happen. Hey, Bomber, how you doing, sweetheart? Here's my girl. Yeah, there's my sweet girl, who is a tomboy. Who's a serious tomboy. I love you. So I'm just getting this out to get it out because I want to do it before it fades. But I just wanted to say I didn't go into it very much. I did a reading for myself, and I got both the death card, that what is in this deck, the death card, and I also got, well, I got two death cards, in fact. It was kind of emphasizing it. So, does that mean I'm going to die? Probably not. Because in the deck that I use, it's the shaman's death. And it could mean it. It could mean that. Sometimes it means a death. Doesn't always. It can mean a shaman's death. And a shaman's death is an ego death. So it is not necessarily a physical death. Ooh, the grouse card got bent. The grouse card got seriously bent. I suppose he'll be grousing about that. I slammed the cards in a little too hard. Okay, hi. Wow, a bunch of people are popping in. Thanks. This will probably be short because I have somebody coming over at 4 here. 4. Hi, Chris. Hi, Gemini. Hi, other Chris and Richard and Julia and everybody. Thank you so much. But I just have to get this kind of off my chest. I did a spread and I got Shaman's Death. And this was back on, I believe it was on the 11. Can you see that? Shaman's Death. Death and rebirth. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because somebody else, and I won't mention names, but some of you know them, got a death card. And I want to go into a little bit about the meaning of this and why I am not worried about this. I looked on MeWe and I didn't see it, Chris. I didn't see anything new. I looked a couple of days ago when you first said it. French toast and wash hands. Ooh, French toast sounds good. Okay, I'll look again though, Chris, I promise. See if I can figure out. You absolutely can have one, Julia. So how's them apples? But you have to answer the question right now. I may give you a pop quiz in order to earn it, but you probably would know it anyway. So. But no, sure you can have a reading. If that's what you're asking, yeah, sure, I'll do a reading. But I'm talking about this one because, see, there's another card that is considered a death card, and it's a shaman card. It's another shamanic thing. And I want to say that a shaman death is not necessarily a physical death, although it can be. And I did have one that was a physical death, and it did change me forever. It was when I did die and return. And here's the other one, bat. That's going to be a change that's like a death and rebirth that's like a death, okay? That's the bat card. These two cards are what you would consider to be in these decks equivalent of the death card. But here's the thing. There are these different stages of life. And at each different stage of life, you become another person. Really, you change. And the changes can be pretty vast. Why is everybody talking like that? Good vibes, Aaron. Good vibes, Aaron. Oh, Quickie. Aaron wants a Quickie. Hi, Micah. Hello. Okay, so yeah, I'm available for readings. Of course I am. And it's just donation, or if you can't donate, that's okay too. Just, I'm fine with that. It's just whatever. And okay, the Quickie is this. I want to explain, we're in times right now that are going to be like life and death times. It's going to look like that. Okay, and I said before in the last stream, I have been saying we're in the positive timeline. We are in the positive timeline. And actually, I figured out, I realized I said that way back. We're in the positive timeline. No matter what it looks like, we are in it. Please remember that. It's going to look really weird. So far, everything I said was going to happen is happening. I can only assume it's going to go on like that. We're going to be wrestling with the COVID thing for, it looks like, 6 months. Okay, at least, or 7. We're going to go back and forth on the presidential stuff. It's going to be weird. It's going to be a circus. It's going to be, everything's going to be contested, both sides back and forth. And I think both candidates are in physical danger. Now, it's just what I'm getting. Okay, I don't know why. I don't know how. I can't tell you who. I can tell you why. It's because things are so volatile right now. But whatever happens, keep in your mind that we are going to be on the, don't let the energy drop. Don't let your faith in this drop ever. That we're on the positive, non-cataclysmic timeline. And years ago, I said, we're on the non-cataclysmic timeline. They were trying to scare us with every damn thing. I said, no, we're on the non-cataclysmic timeline. If you go back and look at my Divine Parents videos, I believe in one of those, I said, they said we're on the non-cataclysmic timeline. So this is not going to be a bad thing, no matter what it looks like. Have some faith. Okay, that's number one. I don't know who needs to hear this. I think I'm preaching to the choir with many of you. I think many of you already know this, and I have a lot of faith in you. There you go. Yeah, it's gonna look very dicey. So don't get scared. And it's going to be like a death because something does have to die. Okay? What's going to die is going to be something that we need to die. Some things need to die. Do I think I'm going to die? I don't know. It could happen. What, you? Well, maybe, maybe not. Why do you say that, Micah? Okay, well, don't lose hope. The shaman's death. You know what? I saw somebody, let me just put this in perspective a little bit. I saw somebody recently make a video. I'm not going to mention names, but maybe it's for this person too to hear. I don't know. But he was fretting. He got the death card in a reading. And they were sure, yeah, it's time for him to go. He's got things he's got to do on the other side. His Abby is not working right. He can't seem to lose any weight. He's feeling kind of strange, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Except where I'm from, that's called middle-age crisis. And I went through it a long time ago. Yeah, you're going to have a harder time with your Abby because Abbies are getting so toxified in this reality. They've been so toxified. They've been so damaged that we're lucky to be we're lucky to be around sometimes. Well, you might get it, sweetheart. It's right here. It's right on the surface. It's about to come out at any moment. It just depends on which one. There's one, and there's another one. There's another one too. So sometimes I end up with, and it's a little deeper south one from my other relatives. I have several southern branches of the family, so more than one. I had a big family. Okay, middle-age crisis is like a death. It is. It's the death of your youth, and you have to confront your mortality. You have to confront your mortality. And this is the death season. That's another thing. This is a death season in the Northern Hemisphere. Traditionally, this is a time when nature, in a perceived way, dies and waits for rebirth. Okay? So when you get this in a reading, it doesn't necessarily mean, although it might, that somebody is physically going to die. Or here's another scenario. So maybe it does mean you die. But, you know, I died a while back and I'm still here. I didn't say much about this, but when I died, I had a lot of things. I haven't really gone on into it here, and I probably should at some point when I feel ready. But there was, you know, I guess I just haven't quite been ready. But I will say that I died briefly, and we all know the time runs different on the other side. Okay. Oh, yeah. And the dark night of the soul. Here you go. Yes. Many dark nights of the soul. It can be one of those too. Oh, yeah. There you go. See, this is why I did the accent. Let the accent happen. But really, I died a while back. I died just long enough. I saw the place that everybody sees, which is a beautiful garden. But I also saw, like right after that, I also was in a cave talking to a very, very, very ancient person that looked very ancient too. And when I came back, I couldn't remember who it was that I was talking to. I just knew it was somebody very wise, and that they had given me some kind of a download, some kind of a package, some kind of a gift, some kind of information that had to unpack slowly over time. And it did. It took years for all this to unpack, really. And that turned out to be Seshet. I didn't know it at the time. Thus wife. I didn't know it, even though people tried. It's funny how some of these messages would come. People would just randomly blurt things. Like when I would say, when I would try to talk about this, they'd say, I'd say it looked like I was talking to an old Indian, and somebody would just blurt out, it wasn't an old Indian, it was an old Egyptian. And I'd say, what? What do you mean? And they'd say, about what? They didn't even remember they said anything. You know, and I would get these clues. It was like, what's going on here? But realize there's a time difference. Somehow I died. I had to die to get to that place, to get that message, to get that package, to unwrap it, even though, to unpack later, even though my Abby suffered some serious damage that I'm still living with, but I'm still living. Okay. So just because, first of all, if you get the death card in a reading, or if you get the death cards in any of these decks, it doesn't mean you're going to die. It doesn't mean somebody else is going to physically die. Might mean something as vast as life and death. You might lose your business. You might lose your home. You might lose a relationship, a very important relationship. You might, you know, something else may die, but something else will be born. Or it could just be, depending on where it falls, saying it'll be at the death time of the year that this happens. But if it is a death, remember, it doesn't have to be forever. You can die briefly and come back. You know, people do it all the time. They have NDEs. They call them NDEs, okay? And the NDEs, you go, you die, you die, your heart stops for whatever reason. You have an experience, you do some stuff, you come back and you revive, and then you keep living. And am I the same person? No, I'm not the same person. Yes, it was like day and night. Yes, it was. So you didn't remember anything. Well, I don't know what to tell you about that. I guess that was your experience then. Yeah, that's true. Very heavy meds. You might not remember a darn thing, but it might still be in there. Hi, Denali. Hi, Truth. Yeah, really, people have the wrong idea about this, and the wrong idea about death in general. Everyone I know who's passed on is okay. That has gone on. The ones who have problems are the ones who stick around. And I'm not sure that a lot of them aren't NPCs. Maybe somebody was saying they weren't getting recycled correctly. They were just hanging on. Well, maybe that's true. Maybe they need to get recycled. I don't know. That's not my department right now. Maybe I'll find that out. All I know is the ones that are suffering are the ones that are stuck here. We need to clear those out as soon as possible and get them moving on, because they are clogging things up. And it's not happy for them, and it's not happy for anybody. They bring down the energy of a place, and it makes it a very sad and terrible place. And maybe that's part of our problem, because if you look, it just hit me. We're living on a planet covered with petrified corpses. If you look at the mud fossil evidence, we're living on top of a pile of petrified corpses. What if some of them didn't go on? And that's part of the problem. Maybe I should think about trying to cross over some of these guys and see if some of these are still around. What if that's part of our problem here? Maybe some of them stuck around and don't know they're dead. I don't know. I mean, it looks like for many of them, It was very fast. Whatever happened happened very quickly. And yeah, so many didn't go on. That's right. See, Denali thinks so too. And she's pretty in tune with this stuff. Yeah, Denali, are we sharing a brain somewhere? I think we just probably come from the same place, right? We just come from the same place. And yeah, I think what happened was they didn't go on. Maybe we need to cross them over. Now, I'm not saying that you can't come back. You can come back. You can come back and talk to your loved ones after you cross over. That's what people don't understand. That's not the end. You don't end just because you crossed over. You can come back and visit then anytime you want. But you won't be in this terrible place where you keep reliving your death. It's, yeah, some of the ancient dragons, I believe that too. Not all dragons are evil either. I mean, people, at one time, dragons were lucky and magical, and what happened to all that? Yeah, the collective consciousness, what if it is? I think this is important, you guys. You tell me what you think. Maybe we need a ceremony for crossing over, whoever is left here, even the ones who died anciently, who might not be crossed over. What do you think? Please let me know. I'm going to try and be in MeWe, but as you know, I really hate all social media just because I have so much to do. And it's like, oh, I can get so caught up in social media. I'd love to talk to all of you for hours and hours. As you can see, because I have a stream for hours. I love you. I love talking to you. And I love listening to you. And yeah, you think so too? Who thinks so? Hi, Linda. Let me know who thinks so. Yes. There you go. When you're stuck in between, you're not really, only some of us can see or hear you. And you can't quite get to the upper realms either. Yes. Okay, wonderful. We're going to do it. You know what? And we're coming up on a new moon, which is a great time for that. A new moon is also a death and rebirth. Yes, it is. And so, can anybody tell me? I didn't even have time to look. I just had to come in here and say this and get it all out of me while I was still thinking about it. But yeah, what if that's one of the things we need to do? We're in here doing it. We can do it. I'm sure we can. Look at who we got in here. We got some very, very powerful people in here. We can do it. I think we should do it. I think we should plan it. Let me see. Let me just double check here. Calendar. Does somebody have a calendar can tell me when exactly the new moon is? This could be one of our new moon ceremonies that we do, is a crossing over for, because I don't have much time right now. Yeah, well, they can come back, truth. I mean, they don't have to stay crossed, they don't have to stay there once they get there. Some of them probably have already crossed over and have just returned to help us. I don't think they're the ones that need to go. The ones that are helping, I think the ones that need to go are the ones that aren't helping. Yeah, my guides love it too. It's November 15th. So we are in, when's the 15th? This is the 14th. This tomorrow. Whoa. Okay. It almost sounds like we need to do it today or tomorrow. Whoa. Tomorrow. Yeah, it kind of sounds like we need to do it like today or tomorrow. I'm going to try and be in, let's see, this is Saturday. Tomorrow is Sunday. I'm supposed to be on anyway on Sunday, but I may come in early tomorrow then so that we have plenty of time. And I'm not sure exactly when. If it's good for you guys, would earlier, like maybe would this be okay with you? Okay. Okay. I will. I'll come in tomorrow right around this time, right around the same time. And we will do this. We will do this. Oh, it's 12:07 for you? Oh, that's tonight? See, the only time I'd have tonight to do it tonight would be, but we'd still be in the orb of it. The only time I have to do it tonight would be after 8 p.m. and probably before, because I always go to the portal at 10 here. So I'd have 2 hours. 12:31 there. It's 3:31 for me. Okay, you guys decide if you want to do it tonight at what would be about 8:30 for my time here. It's 3:31 here now. Or tomorrow, I can come on and take whatever time we need. But it's probably still going to be in the window, okay? Even if we just do it tomorrow, because we're still going to be in the orb. Okay. Please. Okay, tonight, 8 is good. It's going to be a little closer to 8:30. And if it runs over, I'm sorry, if it runs over portal a little bit, it's going to have to run over portal a little bit. It's important. But portal will be there. You know, it's on for 2 hours tonight, so we won't miss it entirely. Okay. So, okay, you guys want it to be tonight? And then tomorrow, if there's any left over, I may still come in early tomorrow if you guys would let that happen. Would you guys also like to be on tomorrow kind of early like this? Okay, I'll see how I feel, and I'll ask my guides. So be prepared. Either it will be Eastern time. Either it will be tonight around 8:30, because I have somebody over here until 8. So it wouldn't be right at 8. But just be aware that it sometime after 8, I will come on if I can, if my guides let that happen, if reality lets that happen. And you haven't slept yet. Well, it's a good thing we're not doing it right now, right? Just as well. Yeah, I don't feel that this very moment is the time yet, but yeah, at tonight, or Okay, so either it will be tonight. If for some reason tonight doesn't work, then I will come on early tomorrow and we will have as much time as we need to do whatever we need to do. And I promise I'll come on. And if you want me to be on for 4 hours, I'll just be on for 4 hours. I don't care. Okay. And then I'll come on early and then I'll come on late again too on Sunday because I already have that time blocked out if you want. I don't care. Sunday is wide open for me. Yeah, wonky sleep patterns. Really, honestly, Great Lakes. We're talking about doing a crossing over ceremony for ancient souls who might not have crossed over. If you're interested, we're either going to be doing that, depending on how reality works for us here. We'll either be doing it tonight after 8, or we'll be doing 8 Eastern, or we will be doing it tomorrow. Anyway, tomorrow I have a feeling is going to be a big day, regardless of what I do. I might come in early anyway, regardless. And I might do 2 of them tomorrow. I got a funky feeling about this weekend being important. Yeah, people bringing up the sleep issues. There's stuff going on in the world. Yeah. Linda says, I just woke up. Well, good for you. Yeah, I have been, this has just been on my mind. It's been going back and forth, back and forth. All of these things concerning this. What if that is part of the problem and this is part of our destiny? Yes, the virus is going, but what if part of the reason it happened was because of these things that happened anciently and it never got righted? Yeah, and wouldn't that add so much stress to the world? Because remember, I was saying something or other happened that threw us all for a loop. We had a very high culture at one point. There's all kinds of indications that we had even a higher culture than we have now. We have even better than now. But something happened, and then we all got sort of a PTSD out of it. And it just really screwed us up for a long time. And we're still recovering from it. Yeah, you've been having trouble sleeping too. And then Chris had his thing start 20 years ago. I had mine. Oh, God, I was sleep deprived. See, look at this. Look at this. Yeah, there's universal stress. You bet there is. Right. Okay. So we need, yeah, and people who are sensitive. Hey, my sleep is all over the place. Okay. Okay, guys, we're going to try and fix it. Now, I would ask for something for myself. My Abby has seen a lot of wear and tear, and there's some things I am having trouble correcting by myself. Maybe I cannot correct it by myself. Maybe I need help. I'm not too proud. So at some point, I would also, depending on how things go, at this new moon, I'll gladly do a prosperity ritual for everybody. Just a little ceremony, not any kind of long, ooga booga thing. But just maybe a meditation on prosperity. And then we all write an abundance check tomorrow. And, but yeah, here we go. Yeah, we're in this together. Yep. We're all in this together. Everybody believes this. Okay. Yep. Hi, Les. Okay, we're going to do this, guys. It's going to be epic. Hey, so. Hey. Hey, Blue Line Jake. I feel very good about it. I feel it is very important. Very important. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for admitting to who you are and accepting who you are, because this is who you are. This is who you are. This is the kind of people you are. You are here to make some big changes. See, it's funny because most of the people, you know, I'll say these things and then later I'll hear other channels say them, and it's like, I'm sure that I'm nobody to them. I'm sure they never heard of me. My channel is tiny, and I'm sure I'm practically a non-entity to most of them. It doesn't mean, you know, anything. I come by my information one way, they come by theirs another way. Do you know the 9 came to me at one point? The Magenta Pixie 9, what she calls the White Wing Collective of 9, they showed up. I had them. It was very shortly after I died. But it was different for me, and they wanted me also to be a mouthpiece for them. And at that time, I said, I don't really see how I can do that. You need to find somebody else. But maybe they found Magenta Pixie. I don't know. But they were with me for a while, and they answered. It was real interesting. The way they impressed me was they would answer all these metaphysical questions with exactly 9 words. It was real interesting. And then I gathered and that each one of them would contribute a word. And that's how it was done. And it would always be very deep and very wise, and answer the question, but not answer it, and leave room for you to also have your own thoughts about it. It was just amazing how they answered things. So if it's the same 9, it's kind of interesting. But because a lot of times we come up with the same kind of stuff, and sometimes not, though. So, you know, sometimes we diverge. So, I don't know. Oh, the Hive 9. It wasn't 7 of 9, I know that. Right now, I think it's a pre-ritual. I think we're getting ready. I feel like we're getting ready. I feel like we need to gather ourselves up. I have less than 20 minutes left to be on right now. Okay, love, Jake. See you later. Yeah, I am actually. Yeah. We will rock you. See, my sense of humor drives some people crazy when I'm trying. I should be more serious. Right. I'm sorry. This is what you get. I'm just me. This is probably what I'm like there too. Probably more so. Back home, I'm probably even worse. Because a lot of rules aren't, you know, we're not so restrained there. We actually have quite a few restrictions. Whatever happens. And the worst part, you know, worst case scenario, even if you die, everybody who goes and crosses over says they're fine, and it's great. So, but you know what it is we're worried about our loved ones. You know, it's like Spider-Man and Auntie May. What's going to happen to Auntie May? You know, and it's funny because the only superhero who didn't really worry about that was Tony Stark, because he was so into himself for a long time that, you know. And then in the movie, he gets a girlfriend, finally falls in love, and realizes Damn, I'm doing something kind of dangerous, and it could involve people other than myself. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, please do. You know what? I love that band. I love them. Yeah, humor is the key. It is. And as far as death goes, I'm going fighting like my parents did. Well, you know, on my father's side, there are Vikings. Yeah, that sounds great, Les. Yeah, isn't it nice? Yeah, you had an NDE, that figures. So you've been there, you've done that. Me too. I got to make the T-shirt. I think I'll print up the T-shirt so we can have the T-shirt. I'll go to one of these T-shirt places and make us T-shirts. Let's see. One of them will have to be do the woo. We got the woo. Maybe. Woo crew. Okay, well, one of the things we're manifesting is that's for yeah. Tomorrow I will do, because it will, I like to do my intentions on the upswing of the moon, and tomorrow will be the upswing. This will be the last night of the downswing. So this is the wane of the moon, and it is a time to drop things, great time to drop things. And if you notice, what were we dealing with in the last few times that we got together? We were dealing with dropping things. We were dealing with the shadowy side. This is what this time is all about. It really is. We're right on track. We're right on course. We're exactly doing what we're supposed to be doing. I'm sure that we're exactly on course. So the highest good for those who are going to leave here, and for us ourselves as well. And yes, I think so. I believe you're right. Yes. Yes. Well, what I do is I open the portal to the other side. And that is not necessarily sending them into the light. That is opening the portal to the other side. Some people may see it as sending them into the light, but no, that's usually not what happens. What happens is a portal opens and it's the other place. I don't know. Have I always been opening a portal to the other place without knowing it? Has there always been a way to get out of here without? But see, this is usually for passed on ones. I don't know. Right. Tonight, we're going to release things. Tomorrow, we're going to decide what we want to bring in. So tonight will be the releasing night. We'll release things. Tomorrow, we will bring in things. It's okay. Get some rest. We will, Linda. You know what? We'll do that too. We'll handle that too, maybe. Okay. And we tonight or tomorrow or both. Like I said, I'll try and come in tonight, even if it's just for a short time, shorter than 4 hours. But yeah, we will. For everybody around the world, we will do it, because we've got an explosion in Ohio too. of cases and hospitalizations. So, yeah, let's handle that. We're going to handle all this stuff, don't worry. And don't forget, we're on the positive timeline, and whatever we do so far, everything we've done has been exactly what's supposed to be done, no matter what our conscious mind thinks. Sometimes I think, should I have done that? It's what has to be done because it's what we are doing. We are all now embracing our real, true selves and our true purpose. This is who we really are, and this is what we can really do when we allow it. It's a wonderful thing. I'm so honored that I get to help with this. I'm so honored that I get to be one of the people helping with this tremendous shift. I really am near to tears. I don't know, Bommy. Where do you live? What time is it there right now? It's 3:50 here right now. I only have 10 minutes left before I have a person coming over. What's your time, Bomber, right now? What time is it there? Okay, then it's the same time. We're in the same time zone. I thought so. Most of Canada. Yeah, you're EST, so same time. You don't have to change anything. Yeah. 2:51. Okay, so you're an hour earlier than we are here. So it'll be an hour earlier for you. If you can make it and you want to make it and you want to participate in this, please do. If you don't want to participate, I'll understand that too. This is all up to you, but I think this is really what we're supposed to be doing, and all of our guides are agreeing this is what we need to do. And so in the positive timeline, it's probably what we need to do to keep it the positive timeline, because maybe we were always meant to do this, and that's why it's the positive timeline. Oh, it'll be after 8. It'll be after 8. Okay, you know what? It'll be after 8 because my person is leaving at 8. I don't know how tired I'll be, and I'll need a few seconds to come in and do. I'm going to say 8:30 EST at least, because it's going to take me a little time to prepare to come in. I have to start the stream. I have to do some things. And then I also have to rest a minute, catch my breath, and get something to drink, because we're going to be working on something for 4 hours. So give me a little time to come in and at least grab a cup of tea or something to eat. I'll be in. I will try to be in by 8:30, if not before. I'll try to be in by 8:30 if I possibly can. Yeah, you know what, Denali, that's the way it is. It's so often that's exactly the way it is for me. Okay, go get some sleep, guys. I'm going to jump off of here now. Get some rest, eat some good food, think about what you're going to do, ask your guides, meditate, whatever it is you do. I love you, and it's going to be epic. It's going to be great. I'm sure this is exactly what needs to happen, and I'm very honest when I say I'm so honored to know you, and I'm so glad to be a part of this. Thank you, and I'm so glad to be driving this ship. I'm so honored. Okay, love you. I'm closing it out now. Go get ready. Oh, make waves. Truth is where you find it. Guess you're finding it here, huh?